Now في الجزء ده في الفيديو هنتكلم عن ال causes for the resting membrane potential or the genesis of the resting membrane potential and why the cell is negative on the inside while it's positive on the outside. يعني بمعنى انه ليه ال resting membrane potential بتاع السيل بيكون نيجاتيف دايما. So عندنا 3 factors. أهم factor وهو إنه عندنا the potassium leak channels. Potassium leak channels قلنا هي channels it's working all the time موجودة في كل الخلايا بتاعت الجسم و its function. So كل اللي بيحصل إنه البوتاسيوم because it has a high concentration on the inside of the cell هيحصل له movement through the leak channels to the outside of the cell according to the concentration gradient. So a leak channels ببساطة we are losing a positive charge. Potassium is positive, we are losing a positive charge. So the cell goes into the negative. This would be the first factor. وال positive charge that is lost outside هتخلي ال outside of the cell positive. And this is the most important factor في genesis of the resting membrane potential هي ال potassium leak channels. Now other factor causing the resting membrane potential is the sodium potassium ATPase pump. والصوديوم potassium ATPase pump هي نوع of active transport. ايه اللي بيحصل فيها؟ عندنا this is our cell membrane and this is our pump. This is inside and this is outside of the cell. So بيحصل شنو؟ It takes 3 ions of sodium transported to the outside against the concentration gradient and it takes 2 ions of potassium against concentration gradient moving them to the inside using the energy في ال ATP بيتحول ال ATP ل ADP plus phosphate and release the energy الموجودة في ال ATP عشان تحرك ال ions against their concentration gradient. So هنا حصل شنو؟ We lost 3 positive ions and we gained 2 positive ions. So the cell is going down to -1 with every movement of the sodium potassium ATPase. This is the other reason. Now the third factor for the genesis of the resting membrane potential اللي هي الحاجة اللي اسمها non-diffusible anions. والnon-diffusible anions هي عبارة عن proteins and organic phosphates that is negatively charged بتكون موجودة in the inside of the cell لكن because of its large size it could not be transported to the outside. So هنا عندنا proteins موجودة and organic phosphates وهي دي اللي بتعمل السيتوسكيلتون بتاع السيل أو الانزيمز or whatever function they are doing. So عندنا they are negatively charged كلهم negative and because of their large size they could not be transported to the outside فحيكونوا موجودين inside of the cell. So these are the factors that are contributing to the resting membrane potential. وعندنا آخر حاجة an equation it's called the Goldman equation. والGoldman equation it's used to calculate the resting membrane potential of a cell. عندنا for example the resting membrane potential for a neuronal cell is about -65 millivolts, while the resting membrane potential for a muscle cell is about minus 90 millivolts. So that's it for the resting membrane potential. Our next video will be on the action potential. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.